Hey, this is 365 Days a Movie, my top 365 movies. So check out the next install. Number 106, Star Trek Beyond, rating 8.95, released in 2016, directed by Justin Lin, starring John Cho, Pegg, Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, Karl Urban, Anton Yelchin, and Idris Elba. A surprise attack in outer space forces the Enterprise to crash land on a mysterious world. The assault came from Krall, a lizard-like dictator who derives his energy by sucking the life out of his victims. Krall needs an ancient and valuable artifact that's aboard the badly damaged starship. Left stranded in a rugged wilderness, Kirk, Spock, and the rest of the crew must now battle a deadly alien race while trying to find a way off their hostile planet. This movie was surprisingly good. The Star Trek series by J.J. Abrams, in my opinion, isn't as good as other Star Trek series. One thing is because it's too action-driven. And to me, Star Trek is not an action franchise. It's a political thinking franchise and a procedural military franchise, as well as a scientific exploration franchise. It's not really action. There's action in it, but that is usually because it becomes often a last resort. Most of the best of Star Trek are these encounters that have to be dealt with in some way that involves using one's abilities and mental acuity to get through the challenges. And I'm not seeing a lot of that in J.J. Abrams. Some of it is hinted, and in this movie in particular, the very beginning, there's this point where they're on a planet and there's a lot of primitive peoples on this planet, and they're not supposed to reveal themselves because of the Prime Directive, and they're running towards a cliff, and then they get on the Enterprise. And whatever it was that they were doing there, that's Star Trek. And then everything afterwards is only a very small aspect of Star Trek. However, the movie is very well done, and I was surprised at how enjoyable the movie was, and how it kind of harkened back to Star Trek roots, and you know, the outpost that they're at and the planet that they're on and the adventure that they have is somewhat Star Trek-like. But again, I would say that the beginning of the movie, whatever happened before the movie started, was more Star Trek than the rest of this entire franchise. And I would like to see it get back to actual Star Trek. If I want action, sci-fi, space opera movies, there's other options out there, and other people could create something brand new. Star Trek doesn't need to transition into that. Star Trek has its own brand and its own way of being that it should focus on, and it will be fine. It doesn't need to be this huge budgeted franchise. So I think that while this movie is good and you should check it out, there are better Star Trek options out there. Hey everybody, this has been 365 Days of Movies. We're going to keep plowing ahead. So let me know what you think of this movie, and if you want to discuss it further, comment below. If I get a lot of interest, I may very well make a full review of the movie, maybe even a video essay. So let me know what you think, and let's get to the next one.